be. We don't need to work, we can sit around and play. I've been waiting for so long to get away. Baby, don't hold back, all you gotta do is say, what would you like to be satisfied with me? I've been counting moments of love, I've been catching signs from above. All I wanna do is satisfy you.
So we are finna film the pod. This is my first guest gonna be on. And this is my friend Shar. If you listen to the pod, you've heard me mention her a few times. I'm really excited to finally have somebody to bounce conversation off. Because I be talking a lot, which, you know, it's okay, I can do. But it's nice to be able to have these conversations with people. So she is on the way. I am dressed, okay, and ready to film the pod. I've also been in a very funky mood. I really am just going through a difficult time. And when I create, it makes me happy. It's crazy how the one thing that you should be doing to make you feel better is the thing that's the hardest to do sometimes. Like, I love creating content. I love creating in general. But sometimes it's so hard for me to show up and do it. But then when I do, I feel better almost instantly. So I don't know. It's all just one big mind uck. But we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work through it. The dogs are going crazy outside. That's insane. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit behind the scenes of filming the pod. May even insert a clip from our episode in this vlog. By the time you see this, I'm sure our episode will be out. We're gonna talk about it being, what are the challenging parts of it? The challenging parts of chasing your dreams. Tracing your dreams. Can't even talk. We're going to talk about the challenging parts of chasing your dreams after 30. And I may do like a part 2 or another conversation with her because I want to talk about friendships in your 30s as well. We've been friends for 10 years. And we've had our ups and downs. So I just want to talk about like navigating that as well. So yeah, let's get to it. So Shar's here. And you know, I was just telling y'all I was in a funk. She didn't have no way of knowing that. She probably just sensed. And she bought me flowers. Oh, she sensed. And Prosecco. We love flowers and Prosecco.
It's giving hostess. It's giving...
So Char's gonna be the first guest on the pod.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I've never had anybody on Beneath the Seams in either version of it.
I feel so honored. Oh my God.
So what do you want to talk about? I have some ideas, but
I have no clue. You said it's just vibes, so I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna come.
Because you know I can just lead us in conversation, but if there's something in particular that you want to discuss, we can.
No, I'm just going with the vibes.
Okay.
I'm here for the vibes.
Ooh. You see how I caught that?
Yes, honey.
Very demure, very mindful. You girls would have spilled it, but not me. Okay?
Very demure.
You see how I tilt when I pour? Very classy, very elegant. Okay? You girls just pour like this. That's it. That's ghetto. You see how I only go halfway the glass? I pace myself. You girls take it full cup. Overindulging. Not cutesy.
But people know.
Not cutesy. So it's booby trapped in here.
Welcome to the studio.
So be careful. But that's your seat. So, y'all, recording this podcast is a labor of love, but I'm so excited to be doing it, and it's teaching me so much about myself. Your girl is a one-man band, so when I have a guest on, it is definitely way more moving parts. I gotta make sure she's straight, make sure I'm straight, the lighting, fixing my clothes, wardrobe, makeup, angles, trying to vlog the behind the scenes. It's a full-fledged production because y'all know I take production seriously. I am very passionate about not just the subject matter of my content and it having substance and significance, but I like for it to look good. I went to school and I studied television production and I worked in TV production for years. So I have like this visual obsession with things coming together creatively. So I think I do pretty good for a one-man band, if I do say so myself, okay? So this episode is already out, but here's a clip of how it turned out. I think I'm finally old enough to understand why people used to say, do it while you're young. Try it while you're young, because the reality is as you get older, you get further and further away from it.
What a lot of people don't know is that I actually tried out for America's Next Top Model, and I just think subconsciously, like, I think that I just forced myself to stay within it because it was just what I do. You know what I'm saying? Kind of made me question myself and like look at myself in the mirror and be like, when did you lose you?
We have been socialized to think that a certain amount of success has to be amassed and certain things should be accomplished by 30.
Creeping over and getting close to 40 for me at first was just kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm about to be 40.
So what parts of your inner child do you feel need to be healed?
In this season of being obedient is just one of those things where it's kind of like when it stays on your heart, when it bothers you, when you keep thinking about it, when certain things come up and you're just like, well, damn, is that a sign?
We were taught to dream, but we were kind of taught how to dream.
I just think that sometimes we definitely get in our own way, right?
This one is for the millennial
who's rediscovering themselves on the other side of 30 or 35 if you ask some.
Let's go beneath the scenes. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to my friend's birthday dinner. And you know, we love a reason to dress up. She wanted everybody to wear all black. So we're going to give a little look. I personally love an all black situation. Something about it is like, let's show me what you could really do if you have to be muted in a way. Like, it's so bold and dominant to just slay, okay, in all black. I personally like a little color, but I have a lot of black in my closet, so we're gonna see what it gives. But anyway, y'all, church was so good this morning. If you've watched some of my last vlogs, I've been talking about how, like, if you've watched some of the last vlogs and if you've watched some of the latest podcast episodes, that is a mistake. Okay, there we go. See, when you make the mistakes early, you can fix them. Was that a prophetic word? Wait a minute. When you make the mistakes early, you can fix them. So maybe these mistakes that I'm making early in life are fixable. Hold on now. Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, church was so good. And I was telling y'all in my latest podcast episodes and in some of my latest vlogs, I'm saying some of, like I have a plethora. The goal is to vlog once a week, but I be in my head about it. In fact, I talked about that. That was kind of the theme of the last vlog that I posted, which was, me vlogging so that I can get out of my head about vlogging. And church was just so good. I feel like, so I go to Change Church, Pastor Darius Daniels. I feel like it's so interesting to sit in front of a message and hear a message and everybody takes away something different. So I feel like you apply the message to whatever you feel it the most in your heart. And the message, he talked a lot about understanding, like, when it's God's voice and when it's God's will, and being able to discern taking advice and direction. And he also talked about, like, confession. So being able to have these spiritual practices with God. And I was thinking, like, I think in a recent episode, I was literally like, I understand faith without work is dead, but God told me what work I should be doing. And I think one thing that became clear for me today is that the work that I need to be doing is not like worldly work. I need to get back into my spiritual practices, my being in communion with God. And so it was just so good. That was like one of the things that I got from the message, because I was just like, what is the work I need to be doing? And it's like, sometimes the work isn't, creating more content or applying for more jobs or going after that promotion. Sometimes the work that you need to be doing is on yourself. And that's what I picked up from the message, is I realized that I've been slacking in the work on myself. And so I keep asking God, like, what am I supposed to be doing? And I'm thinking that it's something outside of me. Like, I'm not doing enough of other worldly things. And I don't say worldly as in like stripping and drinking, because when it comes to a drink, I'm gonna have it. But yeah, like I've been thinking like I need to be doing more of the work that goes with the faith. And it just became very clear to me that the work that I need to be doing is working on myself and my spiritual connection and relationship with God, because I've strayed just a little bit. So yeah. Church was very good, child. I recommend it. If you're looking for a church home, log on one of these Sundays. It's like 3-4 services you could choose from. So if you're an early bird, or if you like a mid-afternoon service. So yeah. So I'm excited to go to dinner. It is a school night. It's Sunday, but I actually enjoy having a life of flexibility where I don't dread like, oh, Monday morning, like I don't want to stay out too late on Sunday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It was a very chill weekend. I just created some content, so getting back in my groove. Outlined my podcast episode for next week. So yeah, I was inside all weekend, so I'm ready to step outside. Okay, people need to see me. You see the material. The world needs to see the material. So I will pop back in once I'm getting dressed. So my friend is having a birthday dinner, and she requested that we wear all black. Now, you know, we love a reason to get dressed around here, but all black is a challenge, because while it's a very regal color, it is a challenge to make sure that your all black ain't basic. And I got a lot of it in my closet, and so everything that you're about to see ain't new, but we remix it and put it together. So let's get dressed. Blazer. So the star of the show is this blazer. I feel like in my 30s, I want more structured pieces. I want to feel more tailored and more snatched, okay? And so I'm going for more structured pieces. I also say, Somebody cue Lotto, there she go. Y'all, look at how the look came together. Feeling like the man when I walked through. Okay? R.I.P. to rich homie Quan. So we went to dinner at this restaurant called Para, and y'all, it was a vibe. The music was good. The food was good. The drinks were good. Good vibes, good people. It was just all around a good time. It is wash day / dye day. So this is with no product applied. And this is where I've started to apply the product. And you're probably thinking like, girl, this is already red. And it is. But sometimes it gets just a little too dull. So I like to touch it up. I have been consistently red, magenta to be exact. I have been consistently magenta. This is the L'Oreal High Color, and I mix it with a 30 volume. So it's a developer. It's no bleach, but it's a developer to lift the color. And I remember wanting to dye my hair, and it would literally laugh at box dyes. Like nothing. My hair is so thick, nothing would lift it. And so finally, about probably like 12 years ago now, I discovered L'Oreal High Color, and I have never gone back. So that is what I use to keep my hair this vibrant, at this point, signature popping red. Somebody in the comments of one of my podcast videos said, I just love your red hair. It looks so good with your complexion. And she was like, I love the branding here is so on point. And I was like, thank you for seeing it as a part of the branding, girl, because that is not how I intentionally set out for it to be. Ironically enough, I've been creating content online for 12 years, and I've also been red for 12 years. And so people ask all the time, like, will you ever change your hair color? I don't know. Like, at this point, I don't know what I would look like in my adult life without red hair. So I really have no idea. Like, I don't know. I'll probably change it when it grows out and goes gray. Does that count? But for now, this is my signature color. I do it myself. I always have. Not saying I recommend try that at home. Don't say I told you to do it and then your hair fall out. But I have very thick hair, very coarse hair. So I feel like you can experiment a little bit with it. So even if a little bit does fall out, you got a lot more. But again, we rebuking hair falling out for everybody. But I always have done it at home. I don't have a high maintenance bill, like personal maintenance, how a lot of girls, they have to get their nails done and their pedicures and their hair and their wigs and their weaves. And I do all of those things. Y'all know I play back and forth with wigs and weave, textures, lengths. It's always red, but I do switch it up. But those wigs be synthetic. They be like $30. Maybe if it's a really cute one, $60. I do my own hair. I do get regular pedicures because I just can't do that myself. When it comes to my nails, I like my natural nails. So I stopped getting them done years ago because it was messing up my natural nail bed. And so now when I want the nail done aesthetic, I'll just pop on a press on. I'm not a lash girl. I don't touch my eyebrows. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of personal maintenance expenditures. My budget be blown on the shopping, which I haven't been able to do in a really long time. But I like to keep the wardrobe updated. And I like to be at the airport. So I like to shop and I like to travel. But yeah. So it is Sunday. It is a wash day. We're going to tighten up the fro. Give it some popping, bring that red just a little bit back to life. If you're wondering why do I have it twisted up? So when I'm gonna wash my hair and take care of it and really do it the right way, it's best for me to prepare my hair, to prep it the night before. So what I do is I go section by section and I dig up those dandruff because I do struggle with really, really dry scalp. And so I go section by section and kind of apply, there's this one I've been loving. This is a deep scalp detox. This is by, let me see if y'all can see that. This is by Pattern Beauty. It's just Tracy Ellis Ross's Joan from Girlfriends. She quit her job and started focusing on her business. And we're so happy that she did because I love this stuff. It is the Pattern Beauty Deep Scalp Detox. I couldn't tell you the last time I've tried a product line and actually liked the whole line. Like sometimes you'll just pull different products and you still use them and mix them in. I personally swear by Design Essentials. That's where my hair has seen the most happiness over the past few years. But I was drawn to try Pattern and I love it. And this blow dryer, game changer. Like I never knew that blow dryers weren't created equal until I met this Pattern blow dryer. So I usually the night before, not always, I need to practice doing it more, I go through and I part my hair in sections. I scratch up all of the dandruff and then I twist it and apply a little moisture to it. And then I put some type of scalp detox. So this is the one I've been using because this really preps and breaks down like all of the oils from putting product in your hair over the weeks. And what I like about this is that you can either rinse it out. So basically kind of using it as like a pre-poo. So you can rinse it out or you can use it during the week just as maintenance. So that's why my hair is twisted because that's what I was doing last night. So I twisted it, prepped it, and now we dye it. All right, let me move a little fast because I'm yapping and talking to y'all being turned into Homie the Clown, not Homie the Clown, Ronald McDonald. It'll be got too red because I'm talking to y'all. So we're going to move along in the process and y'all will see how it comes out. Creating this type of content again feels good, but it's also scary because it's like I've been so far away from it for so long to the point where I'm kind of talking myself out of it. Like, does it even make sense for you to create beauty and fashion and style content again? Like, how is that going to land in terms of brand clarity? Again, the strategist in me just overthinking. But even with my podcast, right, Beneath the Seams came out of me wanting to talk about things beyond beauty and fashion. It was like, hey, I have this beauty and fashion love and I create about that type of stuff, but here's this deeper side of me. So it was a play on words like seams, the seams of clothing. And that's how the podcast started. So it's like, girl, there's your brand clarity, right? But I just be talking myself out of things. So y'all pray for me. But I'm pushing through. And I'm creating. I'm just creating what I want to create. You got to go back and watch your old content sometimes. That's why content has so many benefits beyond just the things that are talked about regularly. And one of those benefits is it's a diary of your journey. And so in March, I posted a video and said, I'm starting YouTube all over again. And here's what I'm doing differently. And I went back and watched that video because in that video, I talked about how I'm just going to create what I want and I'm going to create what's on my heart without it having to necessarily be so strategic. And so watching that video made me give myself permission to create beauty and style content again. So here we are, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna finish up wash day. I'm gonna finish filming this. I hope y'all got to see how dreamy and crispy that video quality was. Be doing my thing on these cameras. I be doing my thing. My podcast set, unmatched, okay? I be doing my thing with these shooting and these angles and these all of that. But anyway, let me get back to wash day and I'll see y'all later.